I should write a book, The Adventures of Ben Bay.
No, the title is You Ever Hear the Story of My Life?
Oh, that's the title. Yeah. Hey, that's good. That'd be an extra $100 a book.
Did you have a favorite subject when you did go to class?
Yeah, playing hooky. That was my favorite subject. I'd go to school and I decided to hell with it. I didn't like the looks of the teacher, so away I went up in the brush. And I had real light blonde curly hair. And I stood on that hillside all day long in the brush.
No more.
My bob hair, my white curly hair bobbing up and down. And then when it came time for the kids to get out of school, I went along down the trail through the brush and home. And when I got home, my mother met me at the porch and she said, "Oh, Ben, you look so tired. Did you have a bad day at school today?" I said, "Mom, it was one of the toughest days I've ever had in my life. Come on up here." She said, "I'll come in and give you some Red Hot." That was hot water with sugar. So I got inside the door and she said, "Now I got you." She said, "I've been watching that that blonde hair up there in the brush all day long and I'm tired of it." Boy, I took another beating. What was that title again?
You ever hear the story of my life?
Ever hear the story of my life? I think that'd be a hell of a seller. You'd have a lot of paragraphs, because some of them would be kind of short.
About a 3-word chapter, Ben?
Well, I got some more that are kind of on the female side. I don't want to talk about. But I'll put them in my book. You write the book, Eric.
Okay, I'll write it. Now, you were in high school and you met Grandma?
Astoria second team was playing Wheeler High School. So they wanted me to go down to Wheeler because I was a big, tall kid. We got down there and we're playing the ball game, and before the game we were practicing and I was dribbling the ball down the floor, and all of a sudden I saw this goddamn good-looking girl over on the sidelines. I was dribbling left-handed. Pretty soon I stumbled over the goddamn ball and laid flat on the damn floor, and I was looking at her and she was laughing her head off, and I said, "You know, that gal's got to have a little sense of humor. I better find out who in the hell she is." So after the game, here she was, standing out there waiting for the rest of the team to come out. And I kind of winked at her, you know, and she smiled back at me and said, "Uh-huh, I got a lead." So I asked her for a date the next Saturday, and by God, she accepted it. She came to Astoria, and we took her, went out and had a hangy burger, I think, or something, and that was the start. From then on, she couldn't stay away from me. She liked me so much. All these women have the same trouble like this one here.
Oh, Mary.
She knows I'm a good cook, that's right. She doesn't want me, she wants my cooking ability.
So you played against the Globetrotters?
3 different years. I played against them one year, and then they're clowning around, you know. And the guy was ready to shoot from the outside, and I was all prepared to jump up for the ball. And went to jump, and the goddamn guy behind me, he grabbed a hold of my shorts and pulled them right off. All I had on was my jock strap.
Oh, no.
And the crowd just howled. They just howled. Christ, my face was redder than a tomato. The other time they tied my shoes together. And I went to jumping down, I went right on my head. Played goddamn hard. I figured we could beat them.
Now, how old were you when you played against them?
18 and 20 and 21.
Where was that at?
Astoria.
Well, how about your sailboat days? How old were you when you went up with your dad?
Oh, 21.
From Seattle, you went to Alaska?
Left from Seattle. It took us 15 days in a steamship.
Ben, when you got to Alaska, what were your first impressions?
Get the hell out of there. and get out alive.
Yeah.
When I see those sailboats, boy, my hair just stood straight up on end.
Now, all the sailboats, they were all owned by the canneries, right? Or
Yeah.
Is that how that
Yeah.
worked? Now, how big were those sailboats? Because they weren't as big as some of the later boats, the powered
They
boats.
were
they?
not quite 30 feet, 32 feet. I think they were more 30-footers, 7 foot wide. My dog sent for these potlickers back in Tennessee or Oklahoma
Yeah.
or some damn place. 2 little potlickers, red bulls, red and white, hound dogs. My dad got them and he started to train them. And I said, Dad, you know, I got to answer to training those dogs. I said, how much you pay us if Franklin and I go down and trap these cats for you down in Astoria, down below the street? He said, I'll give you 10 cents a piece. Well, during the Depression, that was a hell of a good price. You
Yeah.
know, I thought we were going to be millionaires. So we go down, and where these cats came out of the building, they had holes in these buildings for drains, and the cats come out of there and they jump. And at the bottom of their jump, we had a muskrat trap secured to the ground. So they'd come out, and we'd be sitting up there in the pickup and listening, and pretty soon, I said, Franklin, we got him, we got the sucker. I'd run down with a gunny sack and slip that gunny sack over, unreach the
that?
trap, and there was cat number 1.
Oh, is it? Yeah, is
Then
it
we'd
big?
run like hell for the pickup. If we didn't see anybody coming, we went and set the trap again. We trapped those things for a long, long time and then take them out and drug them through the woods, you know, in a gunny sack. When I got back there far enough, then I released
I
them.
just forgot about it.
Then pretty soon along came the potlickers.
here a few minutes ago.
And that's the way we trained the dogs. So I told Franklin one night, I said, Franklin, your girlfriend up on the hill has a great big Angora cat. I said, how about if you and I make a little deal here? He said, what kind of deal you want to make, Ben? I said, well, when she comes to the door and starts hugging you, kick that goddamn cat out the door. And boy, got it worked just
Okay, I'm gonna turn
perfectly.
it
I
down.
said, just that fast. I said, I'll have that sucker in the tray in the gunny sack. He kicked it out the door, and I had that sucker in the gunny sack. And then I drove away, and I was supposed to meet him a certain time later, and I met him, and I said, Franklin, we really got a holiday now. We got a dandy. So we took that cat out, and I drug him all over Green Mountain, way up on top the hills and down through the brush and the salmon berries and everywhere. And here I was on the end of the line, and here come the potlickers. Oh, all the way all over where I've been dragging that gunny sack. Finally they got down to me, and then they went yip, 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 yip. They were getting on a hot track, see. Pretty soon we had that damn cat up an apple tree. And I went down up at that apple tree and I shook like hell, and I shook that thing off, and the potlickers got a little hold of him, and then the cat got loose, and away he went. He went up another tree. Did the same thing to the other tree. Finally the cat was so damn wore out, he started running again, and he couldn't get away from the potlickers. He went up another tree way up, and they shot him, so he come down. Then when he came down, he got Bravo with his front feet right by the ears, and Bravo, poor Bravo was really suffering. Pretty soon that cat let go, and in about a split second, Bravo put the punishment to him. He grabbed him around the neck, and that was the end of the cat. The best cat we ever trained that sucker with. Then on the weekends we go out in the woods and have him chase bobcats or cougar.
Yeah.
My last year of high school, I killed 3 cougar and 67 bobcats.
Gee.
You see, I didn't go to school very much.
Leading up to that.
Dad says, Ben, you want to go hunting this morning? I said, wait till I get my shoes on. Good true story.